Yo, we back again. Nico with the pink hat on. Your boy Rico,
Celebrating.
we're here. All right, which one we gonna start with? We're going to the cinema.
Let's do Sound of Freedom. So you
Sound of
get.
Freedom. You sure you ready for that? You ready for that? That's an intense movie, bro. So,
I'll watch it. Try to find a way to watch it at home.
so the level of intensity of that movie when it comes to the trafficking of children, um, there's so much to that movie. Not just the action and what goes on, the core of the movie, but so much data, so much actuality, so much facts in regards to what the trafficking of human bodies, especially children, is constituted by, that it is unbelievable, but yet very believable in regards to the current situation in our society of the smuggling of live bodies. It was a hard watch. I haven't watched it all the way through. I've watched, like I said, I watched portions of it. Because for me as a father, it's a lot to take in. And for me, I've gotten the parts where a movie like it takes a lot of resolve, a lot of connections, the grit that is in that movie for to be able to accomplish to save a life or a few lives, get to them before there's significant trauma or because so many people don't get saved, and then also this recent situation with that kidnapping. Well, I always think about, like, for me, like if I ever was to go somewhere and I lose sight of my child, split second, or like especially like when we go to the bathroom, I'll go into the women's bathroom. I don't care. My daughter's in there because there's people out there who are lurking. Humans are one of the most predatory. We are the top predator on the earth. We predate on our own. So that kind of movie for me, it just took a lot, because there's a lot of information in that movie to bring it to light, to really make semblance of it and be like, look, this is a real thing happening. We need to do something about it. And a lot of big players that are into it, because a lot of people who create this market have a lot of money, a lot of power. So there's that. What's your take on the movie? You haven't seen it at
Oh
all?
no, I haven't seen the movie.
Okay.
I just feel like it's strange that really, I mean, not that it's not an important issue, but the media usually doesn't give a damn about this, and now they're making a huge deal out of it.
As far as the
As
topic, or about the movie?
the movie and the topic. I mean, by what I hear, it's kind of a documentary, even though it's like a movie with like a plot and stuff.
Okay.
So you know me, I automatically get a little suspicious. Like, why is this being put out in the light? I don't know, we're like that with no build and no nothing. It's just like, no, things are quote unquote normal, and then bam, this happens.
Yeah.
There are so many things all the time that can be brought up in the media, and then like they talk about this movie and how this is such an important issue that's being so overlooked, and how Mel Gibson invested all his money and he doesn't plan to make anything in return, and how they've actually been giving away some tickets for people to go watch
Just for them to see
the movie. I don't know. To me, it's kind of like, what are they trying to hide that's going on right now, that they want to fill out your social media feed with this movie? I don't trust it. Like, that's just like my first thought about it.
Okay.
Now, besides that, I mean, I think
okay.
I think it's hypocritical
Okay.
that now they're like, oh, the kids, the human trafficking, and they're the naive beings, and we gotta protect them and watch out for them. But when Epstein happened, they really didn't give a damn about the kids. And now everyone's like, oh, we care about the kids. So it's just so easy to manipulate people and just tell them, hey, think this. It's hypocritical that when it was happening, I don't know if it's because the rich people were taking advantage of this, but well, human trafficking and child trafficking, against that is for like the super wealthy people as well. then they didn't care about it, but now you do. Is like you were already presenting with this, and only one person went to jail, and he became like a billionaire doing these deals with his kids, but no one else went to jail, so he had no customers. But no one gave a damn, and now you do give a damn. So it's like that's the way I see it. It's like I don't believe all these people are like, oh, the son of freedom, this and that. I just think deep down we have such a need to jump on the goddamn trend, and that is like, yeah, now I care about this issue, and this and that. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
I think there's a few realities that we have to take into consideration as really could just be a water bottle, but okay.
I didn't think of it.
Well,
No, it's the sponsor, bro.
Don't.
He hates when I say that.
I don't know why you say that. No, I'm gonna say it like this. So
hey, cheers, baby.
There's a few there's a few things that we have to take in consideration when we think about sensitive subjects like this. And the first of which is when we have to live in reality. Reality is humans are animals just like any other animal on the planet. So that means to a certain degree we are livestock. We went through slavery. At a point in time, Black people were treated as 3/5 of a person to nothing, right? So, and and we had children. We've had massacres and genocide all across the world. We have to be honest with how humans treat other human beings. So when we look at children, there's an emotional factor, but you got to be realistic that most people don't care about other people's children. They care about the thought of children and the innocence of children.
Oh,
but they don't really care
right.
about children. They trust me. Once people start having to start collectively shouldering the cost of children, the irresponsibility of people with children and things of that nature, people start caring less about children. People don't really care. A lot of people don't even care about their own children. So it brings me to this. There's an industry, and the industry will be fed. People care about their children to a degree, but not really anybody else's. When it came Adam Walsh, when there was America's Most Wanted, when his son was abducted, the country felt for him. Just like the country and the media feels for certain individuals that come up missing, JonBenet Ramsey and all those certain individuals. But there are thousands of children and thousands of adults that go missing. And if they can't spin it for sympathy to get you to watch the news, because they get you to watch 24-hour news about missing someone, there's a lot of ads that go behind it. If you don't care about Joe Schmo, you don't care about kids at the border. They don't care about how many children drown coming into the country or going back and forth or going through a refugee. They don't care about that. So what happens is people know, the media knows what people can care about. So they spin it to see if there's anything on it. If there's a spin, then they'll put hours into it so that they can put marketing around it. And if they don't care about a little black or brown kid enough to keep watching, then you're not gonna keep that on rotation. And also there's a narrative. Like you said, people didn't care about when it was Epstein. No, they didn't care. There's a lot of money behind it so it doesn't get out. And when it gets out, he's dead. Who cares? We move on. That's do you think people care about other people's dogs somewhere?
No.
Or how many animals are getting bulldozed when they do deforestation?
Deep down, they think they care about it, but
they care about it.
Yeah, exactly.
They hear about it. Oh, that sounds so bad. That sounds so. Oh, my Amazon package just arrived. That's what people care about. That's what people care. When it hits close to home, that's when people really start to care. Your child gets abducted. Something happens to your child. People care about drag queens reading in school when it's on their front porch. But when it's on your porch in your neighborhood, in your state, no one gives a damn.
Yeah.
And that's the disconnect of our society. So that's why this neighborhood idea, the movie is great. It brings up, we're in an election year. They want to bring up things about.
Oh, it's the next one.
Yeah, but it's coming into it. Ramping up. So it's good that they're going after a couple of things: your kids, your future, your taxes, your income, your jobs. They're starting up those things. And the movie is good. I'm glad for the movie. But like you said, why these things coming out now and whether they play it up or they play it down, they're trying to get your attention. That's why cryptocurrency and AI and the things that are the things that are getting this girl who got kidnapped and all these things are starting
The
to
girl who
find
got the one here in Tampa.
no, the one.
Are we talking about the same one? The one who said she saw a kid in the.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
right.
I was in Tampa, no?
No,
Because I saw it at Fox 13.
I don't know. But think about it. In that
I think it was
situation,
bullshit.
I don't know what at the point, but it didn't catch my attention because I was like, you got to let things play all the way out. That's why all these accusations against for sexual harassment for people in Hollywood. Hollywood knows how it gets down. Those people who play in Hollywood, they know the concessions they make. To if you chase being famous, like in this movie, you chase fame, you gotta concede to something. So that's a game they play. They know it goes on in Hollywood. They know it goes on in powerful places, but the pedos at the lower level that get put out, man. What about the ones in the police? What about the police station? The ones that are the judges sitting on the bench, the ones that are politicians. Man, come on, man. But hey, it's a subject that's taboo. Unless we were really people don't care about it unless it's in their household, it's on their front porch. If it's not, if it's not in there, if it's not something that would affect them, they don't care.
The thing is when you care about something, you care about something every day. Maybe something is important to you,
right?
And that's not debatable. Like I don't know how to explain. There's people who have children and they're not the closest to them.
You know,
their children are important to them, but it's not that they care to make a good bonding relationship with them. Does that make sense? So to me, they're two different concepts. Like if they really cared about kids this much, they would watch them more. They would police them a bit more.
If people cared about children to the degree they say they do, public school would be very different. If people
public school would be different.
If people care about children the way they do, then the internet would be very different. We wouldn't say, well, that's parents' responsibility to do that. There's a balance between parents, society, our neighborhoods, and the government. You wouldn't have children that can easily get such easy access to things on, say, YouTube or Instagram or TikTok that constantly bombard them with marketing and create these new trends. We would have such a reserved space for our children to, in our innocence, allow them to grow properly, that we would look after that, like they do in China. Hey, people, what they say, in China, they limit what their youth can do because they care about their next generation.
That's true.
They look at it like, look, we need a strong workforce. We need a strong society. They're communists, so they don't like to market to them to persuade them. You don't have to be persuaded. You gonna pitch in.
You just do it.
That's just what it is. You just got to do it. So America's a very different place. Like I said, we're emotionally driven. We care about this. We care about that. Flint's water is still bad. If we really cared as a society, that would have won. It would have never been allowed to be like that. And if it got like that, it'd be fixed. But nah.
So I don't ever believe people who, because there's a trend going on, they say they care about this, care about that, man.
Yeah,
come on. It's like all these people posting pictures with their mama or mother say, "Hey man, I love you, mama. You've done so much for me." Or in Thanksgiving, "Hey, this is my family. Oh man, I love my family. I'm so thankful." No, you're not grateful for your family, man. You don't ever think about it.
It's just, but
you
what happens
don't ever
is
think
an
about it.
attention seeking factor. But that's my word on it when it comes to that movie. So
thank you for watching all the way till the end, everybody. Hit the like, comment, subscribe,
and share.
And yeah, and do all that. Let us know what you think about the movie. If you watched it, what you think about it. If you haven't watched it, and yeah,
wait for this next movie to come up. It's gonna be more than 3 minutes. All right.
We'll see about that.
Lord Jesus.